Being respectful of spoilers, but watching the piece in this format, I was frankly just thrilled how amazing the translation is to this format for the film. I think it's an incredibly exciting way for people to see it. And what I was really struck by was the sense of immersion in that world. There's a little bit of, we talked about a little bit of grit to it. There's a little bit of the emotion of that. You feel, watching that scene where, Tim is reunited and reveals himself. It's thrilling and very emotional, as it is in the finished film. I just wanted to ask you, looking at the minds, the detail of that world and how it works, where has that all come from? Because without saying too much about the finished film, it's a film that has so many unique images, so many things you've never seen before in this movie, time after time. And I was so struck by the detail of everything. Those minds coming out of the sand and things like that. And they're not all from the book. I mean, where is that coming from with your team? How are you putting those details together?
Frankly, it's like things that I spent a lot of time in the screenplay. I wrote with John Spade, but I spent a lot of time myself alone. And through the years, there's ideas that I accumulated that I wanted to insert in this film. And it's really, it was all inspired by Frank Herbert, the book, but it's true that I had to come up with ideas to bring the words in a more cinematic way. And it's just like a lot of things are coming out of the storyboard process as well, where I have to translate a scene to find the most economic and the most expressive way to bring ideas to the screen, and it's really.
Do you draw your own storyboards, or
unfortunately, no, Chris. I am a very bad at drawing, but I was raised. When I was young, I didn't have access to any camera, and I was dreaming about filmmaking. And the way I was dreaming, I was with my best friend, who is still today a fantastic drawer, and we had like a very close connection. And I was writing, he was drawing, and I learned very early on to communicate and have that very strong connection. And I found a storyboard artist that made mostly all of my films so far, where it's almost like an extension of my brain, where I can, in a very intimate moment, dream. I will say alone. I'm not alone. I'm with someone else, but that's where a lot of ideas are coming from. Visual ideas are coming from. Are you a good drawer? Are you?
No, not particularly. And I don't actually storyboard that much. I've done certain sequences, and I don't particularly use previs. But on Tenet, we use massive amounts of previs to be able to look at the timeline back and forth. But I think, I mean, it's fascinating to hear that you creatively started with storyboarding before you ever got a camera.
Yeah.